Hello.
Welcome to Music Monday. This is week 5, and here we are.
Here we are. We're back.
We're back. I'm Taylor.
I'm
in
Leah.
In case you didn't know
Yeah.
already. You should know by now who we are.
I would say we're better than ever, but it's a stretch. All right. We're off to a positive start.
Really good start. So this week we're doing Paramore's newest album, After Laughter,
Yes.
because I just saw Paramore live last weekend.
Tell us about it. Tell us all about it.
Oh, it was amazing. So first of all, I get to the concert venue. We got there late, so we were like, "Oh, cool. We'll just miss the first opener. It's fine." And it was Soccer Mommy. I wasn't a huge just listening to her studio albums. I was like, I don't care. And then we sit there for a little while, and then a band comes out on stage, and I don't see Hayley, so I'm like, oh, maybe she'll do some wild jump out on the stage kind of thing. And then all of a sudden they start playing this weird music, and neither Josie or I, Josie's the girl I went with, neither of us recognized the song. And then the second song they played, we were like, wait a minute. And it was Don't Stop.
Don't stop,
talking to
don't stop, don't stop talking to me.
Yep, that's the one. And it was Foster the People. I didn't even know that Foster the People was going to be an opener.
Surprise, bitch.
Yeah, and we were both like, okay. And then they played way more songs than we wanted them to, but it was fine. And then Paramore came out, and it was amazing. I screamed 17 times.
I mean, if you go to a Paramore concert, don't scream 17 times. Did you even go to a Paramore concert?
Yeah. Did you even go? Yeah, it was amazing. That's the only way. That's the only way.
The only way to do it is to go to Paramore concerts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just stop.
Yeah.
Just give up.
It was
I also have these different headphones today because I forgot mine. I'm sitting here going like this. I look probably weird.
It's okay.
They're too big for my head.
So, should we get right into Hayley Williams?
Yeah, let's jump right in.
I always refer to her as her Twitter handle.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Hayley. It's just Hayley backwards.
But I'm here for it. I was creeping on her Instagram earlier today. So I was doing research on the girl, which is our category. Last week for Brendan Urie was the boy. We're sticking with the same kind of punk theme. Neither one of their newest albums are punk at all, but it's fine. We still love them. We still stan.
Definitely.
So I wrote most likely the coolest person I've ever seen. And then you followed up with that.
I can second. She's so small.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
She's
how
like 5'2".
tiny she was. Yeah.
I was on her Wikipedia, that's what it said, it was 5'2".
She's so small. So she came out on stage, and her hair is big blonde hair, and it was very 80s-esque. And she has, so I don't know if you know, she has a hair company called Good Die Young.
I do.
And they have the poser
stuff.
Paste.
Mm-hmm.
So she had her hair poser pasted back with bright orange and pink, mixed. The 80s style where they would hairspray their hair back, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then she was wearing a very 80s-esque, hot pink, big shoulder pad blazer. And I was living for it. She only wore it for 2.5 songs because I'm sure it was 94 degrees outside, so I don't know why she wanted to wear a jacket in the first place.
Yeah.
But then she was wearing iridescent leggings and then an oversized white t-shirt with her dog's face on it.
She's so cool.
And that's, yeah.
I've always wanted to be
Oh, yeah.
Hayley Williams.
Oh, yeah.
I used to want to dye my hair orange.
Yeah. Even with her orange mullet, I wanted to be her.
I was like, cool.
Yeah.
I used to really want to have the scene haircut, where it was all full, and then there was one strand.
Ooh,
I mean, I'm glad that, no offense to any of you out there with scene hair, and that I act like we have this huge viewer base.
Hey,
but
all 700 of you that watch this podcast.
more like 6. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm really glad I didn't do that. But also,
it's hard to grow out because there's a whole lot of layers there.
Absolutely. I did have I had curly hair, and I would straighten my huge chunk of bangs because that was as close as I could get. So that's
very nice.
That was something. All right, so back to Hayley.
Yeah.
So she's 29 years old.
Yeah.
In this moment. She was discovered in 2003 at age 14.
Yeah, they were in middle school, and they left for their first tour during the school year.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is absolutely ridiculous. And like, yeah, their first album came out in 2005. She was 16 years old. So
Yeah.
All We Know Is Falling was their first album.
Yeah.
And
It's just crazy. And even during the concert, she was like, she asked how many of you, this is your first Paramore concert. And a majority of the crowd raised their hands and screamed.
yeah.
And she was like, where have you all been? And then
Yeah,
she got like real
it's
emotional. She was like, all of our songs used to be like really sad. And I'm like, Hayley, your songs are still really
Literally
sad.
this entire album is like so, it's like kind of dark. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
She was like, we used to just write a lot of angry music. And I'm like, you're still writing that angry music?
Yeah.
And she was just like getting into it. And I was like,
yeah, she's also like, she's just wild.
oh yeah.
Like, I mean, I've never seen her live, but I've never seen her personally live.
She
But,
does
like,
a lot of the,
Yeah.
you know.
She's just nuts.
Yeah, she's all over the place and I love it.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's insane that they've been doing it. So how many? I can't do math. 15 years?
Just about, yeah.
That's almost 15 years. I mean, that's longer than Panic. Because we had to do math on the last episode, too, about Panic at the Disco. Those
Yeah,
are like
they're 2 years
13.
older than Panic.
Yeah. Old boys.
Oh, boys. Yeah, and what's wild about this is that they're from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like, before, like, I don't know. It's just when Nashville was only country music is when they came out of Nashville.
Right.
And they still live in Nashville. The
Yeah.
band does.
Yeah, that's not something like Paramore is not something that you would expect to come out of somewhere like Nashville.
Yeah.
You know, because I always pop my fingers and then I'm like, eh.
Yeah, so that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give all you Nashvillians, here's your hope.
Nashville
Start a punk band.
villains
Na-
are the people that listen to country.
We will never
Somebody's triggered.
we will never do country on this podcast. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Anyway, so this album, After Laughter, was released May 12, 2017 through Fueled by Ramen. So Fueled by Ramen is that label that has Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy and Paramore and like all those people.
All the pop punk.
I like Fueled by Ramen. It's fun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm down for that. And
I-
they're like good.
Yeah.
They're not like gross controlling.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, like here you can be people and have creative liberties.
Yeah.
You
Which
know?
is when I was reading their bio on Spotify, it says
Ow.
life has worn its grooves into the record. That is Paramore's collective life. If you look closely, you can see that the members of Paramore all have very sexy dark circles under their eyes now, and surprisingly, haven't all quit music after years of sexism in the media, soap opera-worthy drama, and nearly 15 years inside the brutal beast that is the music industry. And I think that them being signed with Fueled by Ramen is what has helped them stay in it.
Yeah, well, I was reading like their Wikipedia when I was doing some research, and it said that so when Hayley was discovered, she was discovered by herself, and then they were going to sign her to some big like mainstream record label, and then they were like her like reps were like, no, we don't think that's a good route for her to take. Like we should. I think that was when Fueled by Ramen was still kind of a new like more indie. I mean, it's still like an indie.
Yeah, but they were
Indie as an
indies.
independent, like, they weren't huge, and so they assigned it to them, and they said on there, they're like, that is one of the main reasons that they are what they are is because of Fueled by Ramen, because they don't like ruin, they don't control you in your every move, you know, which is
really
good. I mean, we were just watching Shane Dawson conspiracies about pop artists
K-pop.
and
Yeah.
K-pop and stuff, and it's we don't need to
They
go
all
down
pass
that
out.
rabbit hole because I could talk for days,
Days,
and
hours, a million
days and days. I'll be all right.
So this album was number 25 on Rolling Stone's top 15 albums of 2007.
Top 50.
What did I say? 15?
15. We can't have
Yep.
number 25 on the top 15, so it's garbage. No.
No. But it's that good that Rolling Stones was like,
Hey,
hey,
we like you.
yeah.
Like, dang.
dang, we.
Dang, dang, dang.
Yeah.
So, yeah. it's good stuff. It's a good album, and it's not. I keep referencing back to Panic, but like they're very similar things,
Yeah.
and so it's like it's. Let me figure out how to say this best. It's very similar, as in it's not very Paramore-y, as in Panic's new album is not very panicky, but it still is.
Yes.
In a question mark, like it's still very true to them, but also not.
So the first time you listen to it, you're like, what is this? And then the more you listen to it, you're like, oh yeah, this is Paramore.
Yeah.
This is Paramore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that there's songs on here that are very Paramore, but it's also more synth poppy than I ever expected them to be.
Yeah. Very, yeah.
And it could have to do with band member changes and things like that.
Yeah, because it's kind of been
they've got
all over
a
the
lot
place.
of band member drama. But
So you want to go into our faves?
yeah, absolutely.
All right. My favorite, probably, this was kind of hard for me to pick, because I had a couple that I really liked.
Oh, it was really hard for me.
Is Pool. I put Pool! Exclamation point, exclamation point. So it opens with like, it sounds like wind chimes, but then it goes into like the melody. But I think it's a cool intro. And then I said, how do they make a song with such depressing lyrics so poppy and fun? Like, damn.
Yeah.
Because they do. It's like really sad. It's like, oh, I'm drowning and I'll just keep diving back in. I don't care. I just have no control over anything. But it's like, ding, 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 ding. You know, like, and so you're over there like bumping, and then you like slow down for a second. You're like, oh.
Yeah. At one point, so they did like their own interlude during the concert where they played like 3 acoustic ballads, because you know that they have like 5 of them, so they played 3 of them, and then after that she was like, she had to stop mid-song because some girl in the front like almost passed out because she was crying so much.
Oh my gosh.
And then after that she was like, and then after that she was like, all right, are you guys done crying? And everyone was like, no. And she was like, okay, well, I'm ready to dance. And they go, okay.
You can dance while you cry?
And she said, I guess we can dance while we cry. I've done that before.
Yeah.
And then she goes into it again. She's like, and they played Pool right after it. So it was
Yeah.
still super sad, but dancey. So
Yeah.
it was good. My favorite is Fake Happy. I love that it starts as like an acoustic
It's like
ballad.
Fake happy.
Yeah. And then it goes into the whole song, and it's fast and fun, and I love. But at the concert they had like screens for like, most of the time it was just like colors and graphics, but during the song they had video of just this part of her face, and she was like smiling and frowning and like making all different kinds of faces during the song, so it like impacted the song differently, which was cool. And it's another song, fun song with not happy lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, Fake Happy. I wrote down, I guess we can take this into the what we like.
Yeah.
So the other ones I like, so I'll talk about Fake Happy. I just wrote, like, it's true.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
It is. Like, a lot of people, you know, like, not saying that it's a constant thing, but, you know, like, the facade of, like, being happy because you don't want anybody to know about struggles. And, like, she encapsulates that. Did I say that? I said that really, really bad.
Encapsulate.
She puts that into a song, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Which, that's another thing I really appreciate about Paramore is their songs are about real things. And I think, I mean, we talked about that about other bands that we've done. They talk about real things that happen to them, their real feelings, and they put real people feelings into songs. And, like, I feel like they're one of those bands that you can really relate to as real people because they're so real with their art.
Yeah.
You know? Which I like.
Yeah. Definitely. I feel that.
Snaps for P more. And then I also put, I like 26, which is one of their slow ballads. You know, I'm a sucker for those. I mean, I know, I'm going to stop talking about Panic at the Disco. We did that last week, but their ballad was my favorite one. So I was like, it's also pretty sad, just like the whole album. The whole album's sad, but it's, that, you know, that's the thing. And then one of the lyrics is, they say dreaming is free, but I wouldn't care how much it cost me. And then I went, okay, shit, like, jeez, I'm just out here being peaceful, and boom, I get slapped with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, God,
Yeah.
okay.
There's some heavy shit in this album.
I'm just trying to relax and stuff, but
yeah. I definitely like, of the 2 slow ballads on the album, 26, I like more than Tell Me How. Tell Me How just doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
I like it, but it's also 4 minutes and 20 seconds long, and that's long for... That's like really long for an acoustic song.
Yeah.
So
It's hard to keep your attention for that long. I also really like Told You So. That's a good one. When she's
really
like,
good. Yep.
That's all. I mean, I like the song, but I like that part.
You wrote, she gets a robot voice, and that's tight.
It's fun.
Toy.
Because it's like, oh, I can't hit that note, so I'll just,
Yeah.
which, I mean, I can't hit that note. I can't hit any notes. I mean, God. No, yeah. So, what Taylor like?
What Taylor
Taylor turn.
Rose Colored Boy is a close second for me in favorites.
It's a good one.
I just really like it.
It's a good one. Aren't they? Don't they have a music video? They're like on the news.
I'm not sure. I don't watch music videos very often.
I don't either. I'm the worst.
But it's good, and I like it.
I agree.
They opened with Grudges, and I put it was Arrow 3 because it was love. I loved it. I love Grudges.
I love it.
So you wrote that you don't like Grudges or Idol Worship, and those are two of my favorite songs off the album. I love Grudges, and Idol Worship. Idol Worship.
Idol Worship.
Idol Worship. Why can't I say that? Worship. Idol.
You just said, I'm like wheezing. You said worship.
What's the difference between worship and a warship?
One goes to battle. The other one goes to church.
Anyways, Idol Worship is a fucking bop.
Yep.
Don't at me.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna at you. I don't agree. I don't hate it. It's fine.
I like the la la la's.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. Ow, my back just cracked. Dang. Not in a good way either. I'm so old.
Caught in the Middle is very old Paramore. So I stand that song.
Good
for
stuff.
Sure.
Good stuff.
I don't need no help. I can't sabotage me by myself.
Like, same. I don't need you to help me be a crap shoot.
It was really good.
So,
What don't you like?
I don't like Grudges and Idol Worship, and those come right after Pool in the album order. So I'm like on this Pool high, and then I'm like, oh. And it's like, they're fine. I don't hate them. It's like, okay, so up until Pool on the album, I am like every single one. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And then after that, it kind of like, for me, it's like it's fine. I don't dislike the songs on the later half of the album, but like,
see, mine is
I don't know.
the first 10 tracks on the album. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is amazing. And then I don't know why I got British, but I did.
This is
but
amazing.
Tracks 11 and 12 are my two least favorite songs.
Yeah, I don't.
No Friend is just a lot.
That song.
And they played it at the concert, and I don't know if it was just like for a dance break or what, but it was.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
I yawn at least
Trying
6 times
to like hide
every.
it. I'm like. Sorry. Well, it means you're not a psychopath, because if you yawn around somebody and they don't yawn, it means they're psychopaths. I'm just kidding. I heard that on a podcast.
I think,
but it
heard
might
that
be
a
true.
lot of times in my life, and I think that
So if
yawning just has to do with the
This
change
isn't
in your breathing pattern,
Yeah.
because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Science.
Insert Bill Nye here.
But,
Yeah. Yeah. The later half of the album just goes down a little bit for me. I mean, it's fine. Like, I listen to it and I enjoy it, but not as much as I would rather listen to like the first half.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people didn't like this album, like at all. So
I saw Hayley actually retweeted something. Someone was like, I need a Paramore album that like has like the energy of like old it was like this really in-depth tweet, and she goes, wow, that's a lot of demands, or like something like that. But yeah, because it's very different than anything else that they've done. Definitely. And I think, some people are like, this isn't the Paramore that I know. And it's like, you don't get to decide what they do. with their creative vision.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not saying that I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't the Paramore that I know, but it's like, okay, well, it's still good and it is still Paramore, so like just appreciate that they're giving you music, because they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
They're definitely, yeah, they're cool. They're wild.
Yeah. But they're good.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. I wish I could be as cool as Hayley. I won't ever be, and that's okay, I guess.
That's okay.
Sometimes I lie awake at night. But
Yeah.
all right. Do we want to talk about, so I mean, that's about all of our personal opinions.
I just really, I just love them a lot.
And it's like a nostalgia thing. Cuz like, you know,
Yeah, and what I loved about the concert is that it wasn't just, like, even though it's the After Laughter tour, or like the second leg of the After Laughter tour, they included a lot of their old music. Like they played Playing God, and I almost died, and they played Misery Business, and they brought two people on stage to sing it, and those girls fucking killed it.
what if that would have been you?
Oh, I was like way out in the lawn, and there was a girl in front of me like, pick me.
You're like, you're
I'm
not-
like, she can't see you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but she can't fucking
Yeah.
see you.
And it's going to take you 9 days to get
Yeah.
up to that stage.
Like, it took the girls in the pit like 5 minutes to get up on stage.
Yeah.
So, like, they played like 3/4 of Misery Business, and then they like stopped in the break and kept playing it over and over, and Haley's like, so we're at this point in the concert where we can't play any more of the song unless I get help.
Nice.
And I've had one person in my head the whole concert who I want to come up, and it's you. And the girl was like,
I would poop my pants.
and then she was like, oh, also, the girl over there with the sign saying, I'm here for my son, you come up too. And that girl was like, and then they got up on stage and they
Could you imagine her
fucking
son
killed it.
being like,
Yeah.
I'd be so mad if like that, like, because my mom's come with me to concerts, and if like they pick my mom over me, I'd be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She only likes you because I like you. Sorry, Mom.
Because I like your music.
I know that you're supportive. She's gonna watch this, and she's gonna text me. She always texts me quotes of things that we say, which is fun. Hi, Mom. Text me your
Leah's mom.
quotes. Also,
like
she
that.
got mad. She goes, I think it's funny how you think Chris is your biggest fan. I said, well, comment on our YouTube channel. She goes, fine, I will. I don't know.
Chris
if
is our biggest fan.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you don't comment first on all of our stuff.
Chris stands
So-
us.
He does. He does. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
We should title this podcast Hi, Chris. That's what it usually turns into.
Instead of Music Mondays with Taylor Leah, Music Mondays. Hey, Chris.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. How's it going?
Yeah. It was just overall fantastic concert, fantastic band, great album,
Yeah.
great people. They made a point several times in the concert to be like, hey, look around and notice how many people are different from you and how you all love our music. And I was like,
Bye.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you next week. I'm done.
deuces.
I get up and leave. Yeah.
So
All right.
I guess we could go into
What we're doing next week?
our chores, yeah.
Our chores?
Wait. Yeah, next week.
You picked it.
Tamish. He's amazing.
Tommy.
He's just my everything.
Mm-hmm. He's very good.
Yeah, it's
So-
a lot. We haven't decided what. Yes, we did. We're gonna do Lost in Paris.
Yeah, his most recent one.
His most recent.
My finger stuck.
You guys should listen to his most recent album, but you should also listen to Beat Tapes 2 because it's so good, and the 5-Day Mission because that's also really good.
I'll insert them both here.
It's
Please
really great.
remind me, or else I'll mess it up because I
Just
tend to do those things.
do it. Yeah.
I uploaded a whole episode to YouTube and forgot to put the logo, and I was like, so
That's okay.
it's all right. We fixed
So,
it.
Tamish, next week, be
Come
here,
back.
listen to it, enjoy it. He's amazing. He's my everything. Watch his Tiny Desk concert because it's really good too. Yeah.
Should I do the YouTube thing and be like, I'll link it down below.
Hey guys.
Oh, along with all of our social medias. Yes.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Music Monday Cast.
Here it is in its usual place. It's always right here.
Yeah. I realize that that's probably confusing when we say it's right here for the audio only people that listen to our podcast.
Well, if you're listening to us audio only, thank you for your support, but also, also watch the video. We want you to do both things.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to our audio first, realize all the things that you can't see with your eyes, and then go watch the video.
Yeah. Like if there's something
That's the
that
plan.
catches your attention in the audio only, you can time scrub to where you think it's going to be and watch whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
They miss out on a lot of really bad dance moves.
Yeah, also we sometimes, we wear cute outfits.
Yeah, like we look like really cute.
Yeah, these are my days that I try a little harder to not look like I just rolled out of bed.
Agreed.
Which I still did.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's okay. I slept till 11:15 this morning.
I wish I did too. I woke up and went and looked at myself and I said, "You've got to shower." You cannot leave your home.
Your hair looks too greasy not to shower. I guess you gotta.
Mine had a chunk, I can't even describe it. I looked like I was found in a ditch somewhere, and I was like, ugh.
That was beautiful.
But yeah. So yeah, and then speaking of audio only, back to that.
Yeah.
So the whole anchor drill. I'm not gonna re-explain that to you. I guess I should. If you're new here, do I sound like a YouTuber? If you're new, it'll prompt you to make an account when you go to Anchor. Please do that. It really helps us a lot, and you can leave us voicemails. Leave us voicemails, you guys. Nobody did that last time.
I cry.
Sad.
SoundCloud, Castbox.
Yeah.
Castbox is what I use to listen to podcasts anyways, so it's cool that we're now on there.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I have Anchor to listen to our podcast, but I have Castbox still on my phone to listen to all the other podcasts that I listen to.
Right. We're on I think most places that podcasts are found except Spotify. We're not
on Spotify.
Spotify.
We're not on Apple Podcasts.
No, we are.
We are now?
We are. So
beautiful.
We got approved for that this past week.
Awesome.
So we're on Apple Podcasts now.
Amazing.
So yeah, so most places, the big ones are like Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Those are the bigger ones.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
You can find us there. And YouTube, since you're here already.
You did.
And then also, if you're not listening to our Friday Faves playlist,
you're missing out.
What are you doing?
We've got some good ones on there this week.
We got some straight bops. Do we want to, I guess we could talk about it a little bit if you want.
Do we want to go, since nobody guesses who put what on anyways anymore?
Sure.
We could go through what we chose.
Yeah.
Yours this week was a whole damn throwback for me.
Yeah. Sorry. Where I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to make this work. There it is. So, I did Pool by Paramore. I did A-Punk by Vampire Weekend. Don't Wait for Him by Side Saddle. Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. And then The End of Love, which is off Florence and the Machine's new album.
Yes. So we should mention, Florence and the Machine dropped a new album last week.
She did.
We thought about doing a review on it, but I can't listen to more than 3 Florence and the Machine songs in a row without losing my mind.
Yeah.
I love her, but I just can't.
It's very good. So we're gonna mention it. We're not gonna do a whole episode about it.
But listen to it.
It's good.
Also, we understand that a lot of people like Drake. We don't. He dropped new music. Listen to it, I guess.
If you like Drake, we don't really want to do a whole entire episode about an artist that neither of us like to listen to.
Yeah.
That would not be fun.
I
to
like
watch.
his radio hits and that's it. I don't want to listen to his whole album because it's really not that good. Sorry. Also, he brought, he got access to Michael Jackson's archives somehow.
That's frustrating.
I saw a meme that was have you ever seen that picture of Michael Jackson hiding his face behind some magazines? Mm-hmm. It said, Michael Jackson making his way back to heaven after collabing with Drake in the studio. And it was really
Big
funny.
mood. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah, so I chose Fake Happy by Paramore, On the Low by Tove Stierke? I'm not sure. I found this artist in an H&M. I was
cool.
browsing in H&M and I was like, "Hey Siri, who is this?" And she was like, "Wah wah wah, Tove Stierke."
Womp womp.
But of course she was like, "Tove Starkey." And I was like, "Okay, Siri." But this song comes off of an EP of hers and it's actually really good. She's Swedish. She's pretty cool. And Then by James Tillman. Nostalgia by Now.
I like Now. Now.
too.
Now. Now.
And then Someone That You Love by Jaru Vandal.
Nice.
And some other people that are on it.
So yeah, it's 4th of July weekend. if you need some bops.
Yeah.
And you can find it, like, we tweet it out on our social medias,
Mhm.
so you can access it that way.
Yep. It's just on my Spotify account.
Yep.
You can just search my name.
Keeps
and you'll
getting
find
bigger.
it. I also have like 8,000 playlists on there because I used to have a playlist blog thing. We don't need to get into that.
Yep.
I do want to say that while I was putting your songs on the playlist this morning, when I read the word side saddle, I kept saying in my brain, siddle saddle.
Yes.
Anyways, have a musical Monday, you guys.
Yeah! We'll see you next week. Is that the end?
Yeah.